والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Now we call upon Dr. Zinat Iqbal to present English translation of the verses just recited.
ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्ध ज्ञानेकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्ते It's nice to be with you all this afternoon. Now we will have an informal discussions, and today's topic is how to cope up with the stress. So during the talk, if you have some questions, you want to ask me, interrupt me, just feel free to do it. Yeah? जैसे घर में शाम को बैठ के गपशप करते हैं, अपना अभी ऐसे समझ लें. Because I don't know to give a formal talk. All that I can do is a cordial interaction. Are you all ready for it? Everybody? So we will have a cordial interaction. You know, to talk something from your heart, something authentic to your life, you need a cordial and homely atmosphere. Isn't it? Do you all agree with me? A formal talk cannot really bring out an authentic subjects or ideas that we want to share. So on the first note, we'll say we'll go with a very informal chit chat. Okay. Now, there are 4 T's I feel needs reinterpretation and revival. One is technology. Technology needs revival very often, isn't it? You know, the cell phones you got 2 years back, today is outdated. New type of cell phones have come. The cars model change every few days, a few years. So in technology, there is always a revival. Similarly, in trade also. Trade needs revival, technology needs revival, tradition needs revival, so also truth. The basic truth in our life needs reinterpretation, re-understanding again and again and again and again and again. And this has been happening throughout history, if you see. There have been re-understanding the values. That's fine. See, 15, 20 years back, we all thought antibiotics are very good for health. But today, the latest research have revealed that antibiotics is not that good. Chemical farming was thought to be the best a few years ago. Today, we are going back to organic form. This is what I mean by revival of truth again and again and again and again. Similarly, we want to understand about ourselves, our mind. What is our mind? How does our mind work? It's very interesting. Our mind swings between the past and the future. Any given moment, you are either regretting the past or anxious about the future. When this happens too often, you get thoroughly stressed. Isn't this our experience? Huh? You cannot be angry about the future. You are angry about the... And you can't be anxious about the past. You are only anxious about the future. When this oscillation of mind happens, it creates so much toxins in our body. You must have already heard, I was a little late from my previous apartment. You must have already heard from Dr. Vinoda Kuchipille about all the scientific details, how the body and mind are so linked, and an emotion in our system affects our body and causes stress and causes disharmony. You might have noticed, if you are given 10 compliments and 1 insult, what would you take it? You would usually forget all the 10 compliments. You would hold on to that 1 insult and nurture it, or just hold on to it. This tendency of the mind is not in the children. If you look at children, they are crying, next moment they can smile, they can laugh. But for adult, if you cry now, for you to smile back again, how much time does it take? Have you noticed that? We need to learn how to manage our mind. Don't you think so? You feel bad, you feel depressed, you feel unhappy, and then that continues for so many days. You don't know how to get rid of them, how to manage it. This is what we need to learn or understand. Are you all here? Are you all here? 100%? No. Do you notice it? As I am speaking, your mind says yes, yes. No, how that could be? You are having a dialogue. Are you aware of this dialogue? Yes? Are you all here? Let me see how many of you are smiling and how many of you are very serious. A child smiles for 400 times a day. How many times? 400 times. An adolescent smiles only 17 times a day. How many times? And an adult doesn't smile in a day at all. I feel the purpose of education is to have a big smile on your face. Why are you all so serious? The way to eliminate stress is to keep smiling. Do you agree with me? Yes. Huh? Why not we smile more? You know? When we do not smile, when you smile, you are using only 4 muscles in your face. When you frown, you are using 72 muscles. Personality development is that which makes you smile more. I see the sign of success is measured by the smile that you have on your face. Now you can ask me, oh, well, Shri, you are saying smile more, and how can I smile when I have problems? Now I ask you a question back. By keeping a long face, can you solve the problems? Is it going to make a difference? Huh? At least if you are smiling and relaxed, calm, you get ideas by which you can solve any problem. You can bring harmony in your system. What do you say? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
You are saying seriously, yes. Unfortunately, we think the higher we go up in our social status in society, the more serious we become. The more stern face we keep. And if you are a big officer, then forget about it. You think people take disadvantage if you smile. I tell you, you should drop all these concerns. No, I have a question to you. Whom would you like to be with? Someone who is too serious and frowning, or someone who has pleasant disposal? Whom do you feel at home with, comfortable with? That sense of belongingness we need to create. I see this as the main part of our education. Now you are all students, most of you are students. You are 40, 50 people in a classroom, or maybe less. How many are you in a class? 60 in a classroom. Now, if anyone asks you how many friends you have, I'm sure you don't say all the 60. Huh? How many friends you have? Maximum 2, 3, 4, 5. You have small group amongst yourself, don't you? Come on, youths, come on, you say yes or no? Okay. So, see, now I have a question. If you cannot be friendly with all the 60 boys or girls in your class, how are you going to be friendly with billions of people when you come out of your college? Huh? Not everybody is the same. People are all different. Right? In one family, there are 4 brothers, and 4 of them are in 4 different corners. They are very different. But can you feel at home with people with different tendencies, attitudes, mindsets? And how much you can develop that, how much you can accept people of variety, that much bigger you are, that much stronger you are, that much powerful you are. And the purpose of our education is to make you so strong, powerful, to be able to smile, to be able to relate with everybody, to be able to, create harmony within you and without you. Isn't that so? So these 2 tendencies of the mind is there. One is what? It clings on to the negative. It leaves all the 10 positive things and it clings on to one negative and makes it into 200 in the mind. In life there is 80% joy and 20% problem. But your mind, what does it make? It makes the 20 into 200. How to handle our mind? If you are upset, angry, how to get over this? Neither at home nor in school anybody taught us. isn't it? That's where I say the breath plays a very important role. You cannot directly handle the mind, but through the mind you can handle, through the breath you can handle the mind. When you are angry, how do you breathe? No? And when you are calm, how do you breathe? So for every emotion, your breath changes. So if you attend to the breath, in short period of time, you can get over all this emotional disturbance that we face in our life. So I say there are 4 sources of energy. Did Vinod already touch upon the 4 sources of energy? No? Food is the first source of energy. You all know this? Do you agree with me? Yes. Huh? If you don't, then fast for a few days. The second, and right amount of food, not too much, not too little. If you eat too much, then you feel exhausted, tired, sleepy. You know, as students, you have this problem. Sometimes after lunch, you are unable to focus on the classroom and studies, right? How many of you raise your hand? Especially the class that happens immediately after lunch is the most boring one. Though you sit through classes, try hard to keep your eyes open, right? Why? Our food affects that. If you have heavy food for lunch, it certainly affects your state of mind. But one day you try just have salads or fruits or fruit juices, something very light, and sit in the class, the same time, you'll be much more alert. You know, in many of the universities abroad, afternoon they only serve salads and soups, because nobody falls asleep just drinking a cup of soup. Dinner will be very heavy. 5 o'clock they give heavy dinner. Many of the universities abroad. So food is one first source of energy. Second source of energy is sleep. If you have slept well, next morning someone asks you a question, you will be able to answer them with a pleasant mood. But if you have not had slept, a simple question can throw you off the balance. Doesn't it happen? So proper sleep, second source of energy which can eliminate stress. Third source of energy, I say, is the breath. The first thing we did coming to this planet, we started breathing. Then we started crying. And the last thing we'll be doing, we will breathe out and make others cry. But in between, we have ignored our breath. Learning a little bit about our breath gives us a lot of energy. And the fourth, I would say, is a pleasant state of mind or meditative mind. Simple meditation, a relaxation. And this relaxation increases the energy level in us. In 20 minutes of meditation, you get a rest of about 8 hours of sleep. So if you have an examination and you have a short meditation, 20 minutes, just around 9 o'clock, you can read up to 2, 3 o'clock in the night with more freshness without getting tired. So meditation helps the mind to absorb more and relax more. And I also say that there are 7 layers up to our existence. That the body, breath, mind. Are you all listening to me? Yes. Everybody? Yes. But not everybody is saying yes. How do you say yes? The mind by which we observe through the eyes, hear through the ears, we taste, we smell, that's something in us through which we do all these activities. This is mind. And then the intellect. Intellect is something that says yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It has a debate within you to learn a little bit about it. And then memory, another faculty within us. And then ego. Ego is, you think, I am somebody. You know? And then something that is beyond the ego, either you call it the self, the consciousness which is the basis of all mind, intellect, memory, all these other faculties. To learn a little bit about each one of them gives you so much energy, enthusiasm, love, a sense of belongingness with everybody. These are the things that happen. So I call this the art of living. To have a sense of belongingness with the whole world, with everybody. Yeah. And to learn good things from everywhere, from everybody. Another point. Yeah. See, we accept food from every part of the world, don't we? You need not be in Chinese to eat Chinese food. I know many of the students here eat Chinese food, don't you? Many of you eat pizzas. You are not an Italian, but still you eat pizza, isn't it? So we accept food from everywhere. We accept music from everywhere. Similarly, we should accept wisdom from everywhere. Some good knowledge, good wisdom. Wherever it comes, whether it comes from Lao Tzu, Tao, from Japan, China, Indonesia, India, any part of the world, whatever wisdom comes, whether it's from Buddha, from Prophet Muhammad, from Jesus, from Upanishads, there are some good things you can learn, absorb. If we absorb, then we become more richer in our life. Guru Nanak Dev has said something wonderful. Mahavir has said something wonderful. A learning from wherever it comes, from whatever source it comes, will enrich our whole life. What do you say? Yes. So, and broad-mindedness, a broad vision about our own life. You know? Just ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What do you want? What do I want in my life? We are going to be on this planet for another 50, 60, 100 years. How do we want the planet to be in the coming years? Do we want to leave behind a more beautiful, more harmonious world behind us? Or do we want to leave a very stressed and tense world behind us? These are the questions when we ask ourselves, certain depth starts happening in us, certain love starts coming in our life. Once there is so much love in life, all the problems become small and start disappearing. Don't you think this knowledge is needed in today's world? Huh? But still you are not smiling. Make your smile cheap and your anger expensive. I say I have not grown up, I am just like a 10-year-old boy, or maybe less, 8-year-old child. We can feel free. Why do we feel so inhibited? Today IIT has the maximum suicide rate. Today in India, poor people are not committing suicide. Who is committing suicide? One who would get job anytime like this are committing suicide. Why? because we have not attended to the emotional need. We have not taught our students, our children, our friends how to clear the negativity from our system. If we are upset, depressed, we don't know how to take it out, how to remove it. I tell you through breath, through the simple technique exercises, we can clear ourselves. We can live in the present moment, not just brood over the past, anxious about the future all the time.
This is primarily a program for our students. So I would request our teachers to kindly keep their questions for a little while later. Our students may kindly come up. Yes, come on. Yes. Please identify yourself, stand up and ask a question a little loudly.
Why do I keep a long hair and a beard? You think this is an antenna and this is earthing? Nothing specific, nothing specific. I just didn't have enough time to shave and go into those things. I said, okay, let it go so what. I'm looking all right. Does it look good? Smart? Not any specific reason at all. No.
You might have heard of the quote, life indeed would be dull if there were no difficulties. So some amount of stress is needed which acts as a feedback to work better, perform better.
Right. Certain amount of stress would be necessary to perform better, to do better. Right, I agree. But that certain amount is very important. It's okay to have a little stress but not get distressed. Right? But that anyway comes to you. A little amount of stress will come. But I think, if stress alone is the cause of creativity, I don't think so. Bihar is more stressed. There is no creativity coming out of Bihar. Lebanon has a lot of stress. Israel has so much stress. I don't think they have come out with great creativity. But I agree with you, a little bit of stress makes things work a little faster.
So I have a question. Is it the mind which controls the perception or the perception that controls the mind? Because positively, all human beings are attracted towards the negative. So why does it happen?
Why we get attracted to the negative? Because we think we may find some joy in it. It's not that we are attracted, sometimes it becomes just a habit which you want to overcome. Negative is something that brings you misery in the long run, that makes you feel uncomfortable in the long run. It has just becomes a habit, not out of your own will wanting to have it, but it just becomes a habit. And you need to get out of the habit systems. And that's what education is supposed to do.
Excuse me, sir. So how do we abstain ourselves from the temptations around us?
While going for greater temptations. Explain what? As a child, you have done most of the yoga exercises. Do you know? The child is born and for 3 months, its legs are little up. They don't put their legs down. The babies keep their legs little high. and their tummies at the time is a little roundish. So they automatically do that asana. And then they go on their belly and they do this one, Bhujangasana. And then they grow a little older, then when they start standing up, they walk, they keep two legs and one hand and lift one hand up. And they do the trikonasana, side, inverse triangles. So you have all done that sometime in the past. While growing up, you have all done, every child on this planet has done the yoga. The yoga system was developed by watching a child doing all these exercises. See, a baby, have you watched a baby, how a baby sleeps? Have you noticed baby sleeping like this? How do they sleep? They keep the fingers like this, sleep like this, and then they sleep like this also. Those are mudras, exercises. So all this regulates the breathing technique also. The way a baby breathes is different than the way you breathe. That's why I put all the simple techniques which would help a student as an art of living, I call it course, where you learn over 6 days of time, 2 hours each day, learn many of these things.
How do you increase your creativity and discipline?
How to increase the creativity? By taking some time for yourself to become a little calm. Meditation is number 1. Number 2, taking a walk alone in the nature, observing nature. Number 3, stop worrying and think a little bigger. These are some of the things that you can do. Sometimes some vigorous exercise and then relaxation. This will help us. Is it possible for anybody to have peace of mind? Complete peace of mind. What do you think? Yes. Yeah, I come to this point. See, there are people who smile when somebody falls. This sort of smile is not what I am talking about. If someone is, when somebody is running and someone trips over and falls, and people laugh. Absolutely not. The smile that is genuine, that comes from your heart. I quoted the example of a child. How a child smiles, And when you feel free, comfortable with everybody, there is a natural smile that comes on your face. And this is what exactly I mean, not this crooked smile of someone who has cheated somebody. Chalo, isko marne do. इस तरह का मुस्कान नहीं है, उसमें मुस्कान नहीं होता. That smile is only elusive. Huh? Say that again. Can you say that again? What is luck? Can the luck be changed? Definitely. To be a good luck, better luck. We need to have more confidence in ourselves. Right? When you do not know how beautiful, how powerful, how strong you are, you underestimate yourself. When you start learning more about yourself, your confidence increases, then your achievements doesn't make so there's a big deal about it. Yeah.
खाली दिमाग शैतान का. Why is it that we are free or we are in peace of mind? Only bad ideas come to our mind. Why don't we something good? Why is that saying? Is it that saying true?
When you are free of khali dimag shaitan ka, idle mind is a devil's workshop कहते हैं. So when we are free, all bad things come to our mind. I think we have not become calm enough. When we really become calm, that doesn't happen. If you are happy and contented, why would you do anything that would harm anybody? Isn't it? Who would harm somebody? Who is small-minded, who has ego, who has tension, cannot have a sense of belongingness with the whole world, they'll do some problem to others. Right? Yeah.
Sir, I have got an answer to this. All what we have to do is to remove the politicians from the scene. Those politicians who are trying to divide the society on communal lines.
Right, very much right. Right. Absolutely right.
Sir, meditation is something to do with spirituality, and how can meditation can improve your personality and your motivate to do something good?
See, now I tell you, we are made up of both matter and spirit, right? Body is matter, which is made up of amino acid, protein, carbohydrates, etc., etc., all that. You all study about it, right? What is your mind or spirit is made up of? The spirit is made up of love, compassion, joy, all these experiences. You cannot measure love. Can you measure love? So and so has 10 ounces of love, another has 20 ounces of love. So and so had 2 kgs of joy, somebody has 30 kgs. You cannot measure joy. All that which cannot be measured is that which is spirit. So your spirit or your consciousness, your mind consists of all these qualities. So anything that enhances these things in you is what I would call as spirituality. See, spirituality is the core of all the religions in the world. I make a little difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is the banana skin which holds the banana, which is spirituality. So today, unfortunately, what's happening is we are forgetting the banana and just holding on to the skin, just the banana skin, then the problem comes. We focus on differences rather than commonalities. What is calm? What is not even between religion, even within one religion. See, there are so many. There was one Christ. How many sects of Christianity are there? There was one Prophet Muhammad, and there are already 4 Shia, Sunni, Ahmadiyya, and all this. Same in Hindus, countless Shaivas and Vaishnavas and Jats and Kayasthas and Brahmins and innumerable. So each religion within itself has so many divisions. Among them they have divisions. But if you simply focus on the divisions, then you cannot be spiritual. Spiritual is when you are focusing on the values, when you feel happy, comfortable, relaxed, and with compassion and service mind in you. And you bring that same to people all around you. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know about yourself? You should know everything about yourself. Okay, this is a beautiful point you are raising. Wonderful. I'll talk to you. You know, I have written a book. I have not written a book actually. I have given some talks and they have made a book out of it, Celebrating Silence, or an intimate note to the sincere seeker. If you read that, you will get answers to all these points. You know, we don't know how to receive love and we don't know how to give love. In same way, we do not know how to handle insults. Suppose someone insults you. We do not know how to handle that. Right? And sometimes we say something and people take it as an insult and we do not know how to react to that. Right? These are very important points. Now again, one more point on education I will tell you. What is your capacity to withstand criticism? That shows that much strong you are. If someone criticizes you, how would you take it? Can you welcome it with a smile? And you feel unruffled, unmoved by that criticism? Then that shows you are strong, you are powerful. And are you able to really give a constructive criticism to somebody? That also indicates your strength. And this definitely comes to you. And humor is something which would help you to, bring harmony in situations. I give you one recent incident. When there was so much tension between India and Pakistan, I was in the World Economic Forum. And then I was introduced to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Finance, all these Pakistani ministers there. And they greeted me. They told me, I was in the lobby, they said, Guruji, you go and tell your people, tell the government, you give them some sense. उनको बुद्धि बताइए, बंदूक लेके खड़े होने से काम नहीं बनेगा. उनको बोले नेगोशिएशन टेबल में आओ. तो वहाँ थोड़ा सा गर्म, हम चुप रहे. मैंने कहा, if I had reacted, what would have happened there? इंडिया पाकिस्तान शुरू हो जाता. तो मैंने बोला, आप भी मुशर्रफ से हम बहुत खुश हैं. आप जाके उनको बोलिए हम उनके काम से बहुत खुश हैं. तो एकदम एटमॉस्फेयर बड़ा फ्रेंडली हो गया. It turned around. हमने कहा देखिए हम उनके जो भी उन्होंने एक्शन लिया है उससे हम खुश हैं. उनको बोले ये काम यदि 2 साल पहले कर लेते तो और अच्छा होता. पहले कर लेते और अच्छा. तो बोले हाँ देखिए हम तो रिस्क ले रहे हैं, बहुत बड़ा रिस्क ले रहे हैं, देखिए क्या होता है ना. यदि हमारे में दिल में प्यार हो ना, वो आपकी वाणी में झलक ही जाएगा और उसके सामने कोई आपके दुश्मन रह ही नहीं सकता. और पाकिस्तान में अपना कोर्सेस हो रहा है, इस्लामाबाद में, कराची में, 3 जगह लोग इतना बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं. उसमें लोग आके आंसू बहा रहे हैं, बोले कि हमारे लाइफ में इतना चेंज आया, इतना परिवर्तन आया. तो ये जो बात है ना, ये दिल की बात है. दिमाग से जितना पढ़ो, कुछ अपना बोलते जाओ, उसका असर नहीं पड़ता. क्या, व्हाट यू से? डू यू एग्री विथ मी? हाँ. Right. How you react. तो इस तरह से कोई आपको कहेंगे तुम गोस्ट हो, उनको कहें हाँ जी हम होली गोस्ट हैं. सब बस खत्म करो ना कि क्या हम झगड़े मोल लेना है। जीवन में बहुत कुछ है हमको करने के लिए, आपस में एक दूसरे में लड़ते रहो, कुछ करते रहो, मतलब नहीं है, नहीं? What do you say? Wonderful. Thank you all very much.